I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to keep beating a dead horse into the ground. Because no matter how much you beat a dead horse, that son bitch ain't going to wake up. And in the case of Madam Web, there's plenty of people out there that has said how bad of a movie it is, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. They ripped it to shreds. I'm not going to do that. However, I'm going to give my 3 reasons as to why a movie like Madam Web or any female-led film in general just doesn't work. So without wasting any time, here we go. 1, in the case of Madam Web, not every comic book character needs to have their own movie. Characters like Madam Web, Venom, Morbius, and soon to be Kraven the Hunter, all 4 of these characters are connected to Spider-Man. Now, if there was a future Spider-Man film and they would have added Madam Web to that movie, especially with all this multiverse stuff that's going on in the Marvel comic book films, that would have made more sense versus giving her her own, or in the case of other characters, giving them their own drawn out origin story that people, especially the general audience, really doesn't care about. When it could have been as easy as, like I just said earlier, just to add these characters to Spider-Man and they still would have worked out well. Number 2, it was geared to the wrong audience. Now, I have no problem with female leads in films. I do not. But just because you have a female-led comic book film or female-led action film, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get more women's butts in those seats. Because action films and comic book films are geared more towards your male demographic. Whereas you have Lifetime, TV shows like Sex and the City, Tyler Perry movies, reality shows like The Real Housewives of whatever city, state, zip code, space, universe, whatever, that's more geared towards a female audience. It's kind of like how Bill Burr said when he spoke about the WNBA in one of his standard routines. You got women out here blaming men as to why the WNBA doesn't work. But you take the WNBA, it was made by women for women. Not just women athletes, but to get more female butts and seats to appreciate the sport of basketball. And with movies like Madam Web or any other female-led spin-off TV show or whatever, I mean, just because you're saying it's female-led, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the man's fault because it doesn't work. Maybe women just need to start supporting this stuff more. But again, stuff like this is geared more towards a predominantly male audience than anything else. And 3, all this girl power, girl boss stuff, give me a story where you have a strong character that happens to be a female versus having a strong female character. There's a difference. Whenever there are these strong female characters that are created, they come across as cocky, arrogant, smarky, I don't need a man to help me do anything, versus having strong characters that happen to be female that have powers, they use their abilities, and they try to help make the world a better place instead of pointing fingers saying that, ew, all men are yucky and icky and girls do it better and all the other crap. It's the same as when the Marvels came out. Instead of me bashing how bad the Marvels is, I made a video short on how the Marvels could have been better. There's a link in the description below to that video short. But overall, in conclusion, when it comes to anything like Madam Web, which is supposed to have like a strong female cast or whatever, I do get tired of this whole thing of men versus women. I don't like it. I hate it both in entertainment and I also hate it in real life. Because at the end of the day, men and women can kick ass and coexist with each other. Because when it's all said and done, damn it, men and women, we need each other. Just my thoughts, just my opinion. I'm just saying.